Welcome back to the channel. We are back again with another massive show to you guys. Before we get into that on detailed sports update, we got a massive historical content of football I'm about to share to you guys. So stick around because it is something that you cannot uh, afford to miss because we are going to be diving into the history of the UEFA Champions League, how the UEFA Champions League evolved, came into existence, and right now is rocking around the football world because in as much as everyone is concerned, this competition, I think the UEFA Champions League right now is the best competition in the world. But before we get into that on this sports update, if if you're coming across this channel, smash the like button and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also pop a like also so that you get notified so that anytime I'll be dropping you guys video. Let's do more greater things on this community. Big ups to everyone and also massive support for being a part of this great community. So now on this morning show, we are going to be talking about the history of the UEFA Champions League. Where the what year, when did this competition started, and what is our the clear ambition? What is the clear picture of the existence of the UEFA Champions League? So now the UEFA Champions League exists because Europe's biggest club wanted a stage big enough for their ambition, and also, as I said, and because one French editor got annoyed at English hype and wrote a furious column about Wolves. So now, from Wolves versus Hanover to the European Cup. So now, the European in December, according to in December years, yeah, that's for real. In December, I could say this. In December, the UEFA Champions League in December 1994, 1954, Wolverhampton Wanderers hosted the mighty Hanover under the Millennium's floodlights, with Ferenc Puskás and Hungary's Magic Maguires in town and the BBC camera rolling. Wolves rolled back to win, and the English press crowned them champions of the world. So now, yeah, competition was hosted by at Wolves in 1995, and also so now in Paris, Gabriel Honnold, former France international and editor of the Liquid now. So Gabriel Honnold, currently he is now the international and editor of Liquid. He read those headlines and snapped. His response, was simple. Apparently, if Europe wants a true club champion, the league winners of each major country has to play each other in a proper cross-border competition, home and away, either as a league and if not as a cup. So now the Liquid also pushed the plan. UEFA backed it, and then also in 1955, the European Champion Club began a straight knockout stages at soon turned Real Madrid, Benfica, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, and also other intercontinental powerhouse. So the UEFA Champions League, the format was like a kind of a six team in the six top European competition with the likes of England, Germany, Spain, Italy, England, Germany, Spain, Italy, France, Portugal. Netherlands. They were the top European powerhouse in European football competition then. So I think the format it was a six format. Any team in Europe that won the league also like they were like grafted and also grouped in six formats to win to play straight in the European competition. So it is what it is. So now, and it was absolutely a crazy kind of a format, So why the European then the European Cup stopped being enough. So by the late 1980s, the football world had changed. The football world has changed. Yes, it has changed. TV money was rising fast, stars were more expensive, and owners hated the ideas that a blockbuster tie, say champions of Spain versus champions of Italy, could knock one giant out in September and kill a whole TV market. So Alex Fennell, a London advertising strategist who advised major English clubs and later worked on the bed of the Premier League. So now Alex Feney, a London advertising strategist who advised major English clubs and later worked on the bed of the Premier League, got a call from AC Milan hierarchy design as a European Super League. His blueprint and also and similar ideas from other rich clubs were built on one demand. So more guaranteed big games, less knockouts, brutality, and they scared UEFA enough to force change. Now inside UEFA Gerard Ali, General Secretary. General Ali, he was the Secretary of UEFA from 1989 to 2003. Was he was the administrator trying to square the circle. He later admitted that top Southern club came up with ideas, to guarantee more matches, but UEFA drew a red line. Now, the Champions League of every country had to have a chance, as I say. So, any new format still had to leave the door open to smaller leagues. Yeah, open to smaller leagues. At the same time, he could that dozens of separate TV contracts and slashing kickoff times were immense. Big clubs hide how much their deals were worth. Smaller ones exaggerated their losses, and also broadcasters struggled to plan schedule. So it was a very crazy situation back then. So now, in for clubs executive, the problem was also basic maths. Campbell Gulliver, then General Secretary at Rangers, remembers going out in the first round of Bayern in 1989 and facing a board that suddenly had no European gate income at all. In a word, before huge domestic TV contract, full midweek house against continental opponents could make or break a season. Now, Ogoli Ogilvy drafted a proposal. So he was the one that drafted a proposal for a group phase that would increase the chances of multiple European home games without reality guaranteeing them and sent it to UEFA twice. Both times it was a rebuke. So it was rejected so many times, but that was a very good setting of a format. So he kept pushing the idea in conversation with other clubs and with Silva Bernardo, who into several languages and sent it directly to UEFA president then. The UEFA president then, he was President Leonard Johnson. This time it landed at exactly the right moment. So now in 1991 to 1992, UEFA experimented. There was also another experiment from UEFA. The last eight of the European Cup were split into two groups of four. Each club guaranteed six matches before a final between the group winners. Administrators loved the rhythm, and broadcasters loved the predictability of big midweek fixtures. So now there is a lot of following reasons formalized the change, rebranding, the revamp tournament as the UEFA Champions League. As I said, I started as it did from the 1992 to 1993. It was the UEFA Champions League formalized the change, rebranding of the logo, and also revamp the tournament, and also building it around group stages rather than pure knockout tie. So now changing the formal solved only half the problem. So the other half was money and control until then each club sold its own European TV right and also advertising boards leading to underpriced deal clashes in schedules and also constant argument between the rich and poor. So now under Alien and also uh, Johannesson, UEFA that time decided to centralize commercial rights. Clubs would pool TV and sponsorship. UEFA would sell everything collectively, then distribute the income according to result and market size. In the first central sold season, UEFA took it many times more than modern clubs had previously claimed to earn on their own, finally giving everyone proof that back, a single package was far from more valuable. So to execute this vision, UEFA hired marketing team, specialist agency fronted, by American sports marketer Carey Thompson. Thompson's job, was to turn the Champions League from a loose collection of matches into a single premium product. That meant strictly conditioned for match organization. So from hospitality room and parking to camera position and also pitching branding, which many clubs initially hated. But by selling a limited number of pan-European sponsorship and also market by market TV deals, team quickly showed that aligned right could be must have content for broadcasters and a financial rocket for clubs. So there was like UEFA was also a star ball antenna and the ultimate team because UEFA also knew that if fans were clicking through channels, they needed to recognize a Champions League game instantly. That required a single look and sound everywhere. So one logo, one music theme, which is the current logo of the UEFA Champions League, and also the music theme, one graphic style, that every broadcaster had to use. So for the visual identity, team turned to London agency Design Bridge, Design Phil Clement was asked for some quick sketches and in about 10 minutes dogged a classic black and white ball of time about timeless and classic rather a pop track that would date quickly. English composer Tony Brighton had an experienced writer of TV and also advertising music, took Handel's coronation anthem Zadok the Priest as a stylish template and built a barobar style fanfare with a huge orchestrated build-up. So he also added short, multi-Golani lyrics built around straightforward superlative. The best, the champions, English, French, German, recorded with the Royal Philharmonic, Phila, Philharmonic Orchestra, and a London choir. The anthem because so iconic that later attempts at funky or rocky remix were rejected by broadcasters who wanted the original swell before every kickoff. So massive. It was absolutely massive. UEFA Champions League has been one of the most it has been the best European competition in football. Yes, they got also got the likes of loss of continental, intercontinental competition. We got also the likes of Copa America, that is for the South American competition, and also the Copa Libertadores for clubs and for club side in the competition. But the UEFA Champions League has been one of the most dynamic and also attractive, lucrative competition because of what its TV right. TV rights has been actually crazy. The sponsorship actually crazy. The excitement, and also it has been one of the most attractive football in the world that also like bring loss of revenue, have generated loss of revenue for UEFA, and also for all top European club that has been in a that always appear in the competition in the competition every season. There was a time the format of the European competition was setting on when like every when a club which is the top six countries in Europe where they were it was structuralized that the champion of that league is gonna face each other in the UEFA Champions League. So then it was six top European teams that were like they were in charge. They were the one playing that European competition, which actually right now, currently at as it is right now, we all know that we got a lot of European clubs that came to the UEFA Champions League. Before the format of the UEFA Champions League was playing in the group stage, right? There was like I think 24, 24 teams in the UEFA Champions League. I think it has also been grouped on four groups, and also up to six groups. I think at the end, two groups qualify. That was the former UEFA Champions League format. Two groups qualify for the round of 16. Why the next team that came third could also drop down to the Europa Europa League. I think the people who didn't also who comes up as the last in that group drops out automatically, gets which I automatically mean get knocked out from the competition. But right now it was right now we all know the new format of the UEFA Champions League. The new format right now is each team play each team now. I think we should be getting the first eight that qualifies automatically. I think the first, or is it the first eight clubs or the first 12 clubs or 16 clubs? Yes, first 16 clubs that qualify goes automatically straight to the next round, and also gets the knockout. That is how the UEFA Champions League has been right now. That is the format of the UEFA Champions League. Obviously, it has been one of the most biggest, the most attractive competition in world football. You cannot take anything away from UEFA Champions League. It's the second best competition right now in terms of football club competition. Take aside the World Cup, the FIFA World Cup, which has been the most famous competition in the history of world football. I'm going to talk about that in my next video on the history of the World Cup, who is the winner, when did the World Cup started. I'm going to talk about it. But the UEFA Champions League actually being one of the best top competitive football right now because of the TV right is actually crazy. So obviously you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section, get involved and let me know your thoughts. What do you have to say on that? If you have a different opinion on that, what I say, don't forget, feel free to drop the comment under the comment section and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Tell me how you feel, and also get me also your most memorable, remarkable event, remarkable goal, who has been your superstar during the time the UEFA Champions started, and also stay in the comment section. When do you start watching, following up the UEFA Champions League, and how excited do you feel it? How interesting do you find the competition? Do you really find the competition attractive? Because come on, I find the UEFA Champions League right now, to me, it is the best. It is the best competition in the world, apart aside the World Cup. But if you have a different opinion, you can also let me know. You talk in the comment section. Tell me how you feel. Thank you for watching. This is DT Sports Update. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and see you guys on the next show. Bye for now.